is open to pick the Rakan, knowing that G2 are looking towards that rise,
Sure.
what are you going into it? Looks like it is going to be Azir.
Okay.
Not as exciting in my
I feel like
estimate.
Azir just doesn't really fit the comp as much. Like, Ryze versus Azir is a matchup.
Yes.
Alvaro is trying his best to mitigate the losses here. He draws aggro so
wave's
that the
gonna be
minions
in by
don't
the
go
time
underneath the tower.
Supa gets back, no. Oh, Caps trading with Jojo as well. Deathfire
That's a
touch
solo
on
kill.
Caps, and
That's
it's a solo kill, Venny. Who's
That-
better now? Deficits at 8 minutes, at 14 minutes. First blood in only about a quarter of their game. Major lead in only about a third of the time. Whereas in week 7, half of the time, they've been...
They have. They're looking to 3-0 the weekend.
And they're a K ahead right now.
They already are. A lot of that thanks to both Caps and Hans Sama.
And Lebrov. We'll give credit to the support in the, you know, the...
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
true. That's true. It is a team effort in the bottom lane after all.
I didn't ask you how much you like as well, depending on where you're looking at it. Grand Starfall coming down as Lebrov is just deleted. We talked about the use of...
Like, that is super impressive.
And Yoya, flash shield vault, quickness from Alvaro as well. They'll go behind some of it. He flashes away from the grand entrance. Skumon can come in with the paranoia, but already the Yanava picks up one. It's answered with another. As Skumon will take out Supa. Grand entrance there. Hans Summer continues to just put as much damage into Alvaro and Elioya as possible. Meanwhile, Jojo's moving down from the mid lane and Caps is going up. Caps is looking for the fight against Mirwin here. Broken Blade can chase him down. Caps just walking across. There's the call of the Forge God. Mirwin still has the flash, uses it just to distract Caps and Broken Blade for as long as possible. Equalizer down to try and clear out the wave. Mirwin is dead as a dodo here.
Well, hang on.
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
You forgot Rune Prison?
No,
You
I
forgot about the Rune
actually
Prison?
thought he was out of range of Rune Prison, but not quite. Now we're back on Dragon, though. Started off by Koi. The bottom lane of
It's a
Supa and Alvaro
4v3.
are coming back out onto the map.
It's a 4v3 for Koi. Broken Blade can join in with the TB, but Lebrov doesn't have a way out at all. Jojo finds him, and G2 a little greedy contesting as 2 there.
Scrappiness all over the map. Mirwin did promise us, driven by the advantage that Caps and Hans have been able to build.
Yeah, Rift held for G2, 2 Drakes though, 2 MKOI. Skumon looking for the smite here, will get it. Mirwin trying to burn him so they can't pick up the eye, and he does exactly that.
1 second.
Equalizer down onto Skew, paranoia out from the Nocturne, the spear though! Skewered is Skumon! As
Wherever he can. Stealing away his camps, the blue will be yoinked away. Wants to take the Grom too. Caps cannot be dived here. This is too much of an investment. The bot tower will be... Doesn't have the TP to match now. Hans
dashes across the wall. Arc of Judgment coming out. There's the spear for the slow quickness as well. And once again, Lebrov is caught all unawares. Supa finds another equalizer down. Skumon, even with the fear and the shroud of darkness, there's no darkness that hides you from MKOI.
Well. The conversation of melee versus range supports. Alvaro is 0, 0, and 5 versus 0, 4, 1 for Lebrov. We've been saying it for a while now, but the difference that this man looks when he's on these engages, Elioya makes his way into bottom.
Dive onto Caps, and he's just burnt alive!
Largely going into Broken Blade. The lane assignments that they've set up has really favored him.
Broken Blade going to dash away, knocked back with the Empress Divide as well, does have the flash and uses the TP, but he's going to get down because of the quickness! It does flash away, and dashes, never mind, he survives, he's on after all. Grand entrance dodged to the side of BB in the end. It's Elioya, who else, who claims the kill.
3-0-5. Oh, Koita! Jojo didn't realize he had tower aggro.
And Caps is here, Elioya now all on his own. This could be massive, there's a 500 bounty on this guy's head.
He's got the
He's
flash.
gonna flash the wall.
So
Caps
is Caps.
is gonna flash to chase. Lebrov is flashing too! Oh, it's disaster! Jojo doesn't realize he has the aggro and Caps just gets paid! Super flash?
Oh, doesn't...
Not going to be in range.
What is happening
It's not going to be
now?
in range, dude. Oh, no!
The board. G2 trying to keep up with the pace of the game that Koi is setting up. But Koi holds the gold lead. Koi will go to Soul Point. And Koi are bringing the fight to G2. They're looking to end that win streak that they've set up here in the LEC.
10 games in a row so far.
Secured for MKOI, but Caps, they're going to try and make the cross map happen. Jojo's not going to overstay his welcome, respecting the Nocturne ult capabilities. They don't quite have vision.
Shroud of Darkness there. stop the CC from coming in. Mirwin and Broken Blade still trading towards this bottom side. Equalizer out. Broken Blade has the Kainic Rooken and the Negatron Cloak to back it up. Hans Summer needs to retreat from the tower, and it's MKOI. Not only the drums in the crowd, but forcing G2 to play to the pace of their drum, the tempo they are setting as Caps looks for this top lane tower. Will be able to secure it, but now the collapse begins. Caps has a Realm Warp, Supa's on the chase. Realm Warp in, Jojo can't get there in time, but the grand entrance is looking to lead G2 to a grand exit. LeBron once again on the floor, and Hans Summer might join him.
To deal with. I remember when Jojo came back from MSI, oh, he's found Hans, he's chasing him.
Oh, Hans able to get away. And there's the paranoia in, and Jojo goes too deep. It's like the minds of Moria, they were too greedy. Double for Skew. And now the TP behind Mirwin has flash, uses it immediately.
The fight for the mid-wave begins as Dragon Soul is spawning soon. The tower been set up, here we go.
Ball of the Forge God, though, look for Mirwin, still does not have flash. A quickness immediately disengaged from. Skewmon dived in with the paranoia as well, and Supa now on the wrong side of this wall. Skewmon is low, Caps unable to join the fight. The Emperor's divide from Jojo. They're looking for the knockup from Albro already, that's 2 for MKOI. G2 try to pincer in, but they just can't find it. As MKOI are looking to chase Caps out, Realm Warp out from Caps, but he can't take it. Needs to put the damage down, but MKOI will just chase him out. And that is another kill over to MKOI. This will be solved for them. No real contest available for G2 anymore.
So, MKOI, what a huge team fight win for them. The swing in momentum has been massive, and it will put them with the soul. 26 minutes, KOI have played a fast and loose game that has worked.
Like, Hans is up in 10, Caps is up in 15, no Realm Warp available. TP out from Jojo as he pushes out the bot side. Skewmon doesn't have the paranoia nor a flash to get in. Broken Blade core to the Forge God, still not off cooldown. Hans Summer has just respawned, and Leoya is low. Broken Blade with the Bellows Breath, tries to jump on the Supa, gets a 3-man knock-up, but it's still going to get taken out by MKOI. He stops the
G2, they're kind of reliant on Hans Summer landing some poke. Jojo going to do the exact same thing, though.
Jojo at 3 items, just going to chunk through them. The quickness, the equalizer, and Caps goes a good night. MKOI knew exactly who they wanted to kill, and they executed it perfectly. Broken Blade in with a knockup. Hans Summer trying to put the damage down with the shield bolt. He's stunned up, locked up, and taken out. The Emperor's Divide, not even necessary, as MKOI will run G2 through. And Leoya here, and there's the move we were just talking about.
It's an ace for KOI with all 5 members left standing. A very clean fight. They eliminate Caps and they clean up the rest of G2. The win streak of G2 will end as KOI go 1-0 up in this best of 3.
And for KOI, what a moment it would be to take down this series. They have done the first step. Caps up in 6, but he'll only be alive to watch his Nexus die. MKOI, the first team here in Madrid to take a game of G2. And the icing on the cake is Caps has to watch Jojo Pyun. And they...
Oh my god, Broken Blade plays Vayne?
Apparently he does, Vetty.
Okay, well, show it to us, BB. Show it to us. He's been a big point of criticism for G2 throughout the regular season. This week he's definitely stepped up.
It is his 2nd ever Vayne game.
I mean, he has zoned the minions away from Mirwin, so I guess that is technically a win. Oh, we got a Final bot lane already.
That we have. LeBron trying to step up. Super down at half HP. Hans Summer begins to open up. Alvaro, though, with the staggering blows. Alvaro going to be forced away. Heal out from LeBron and Hans Summer. Flash the barrier. Another auto needed, but Pix is here to help. LeBron picks up. Mirwin now needs to be careful. He's already used his TP. And he has to flash out of something here. Ishtal's impact, condemn. Locked against the wall. No escape for the Gnar. And G2 coming out of
just benefiting as Broken Blade is generating all this pressure on the top side that KOI feel responsible to try and answer. Because Elyoya couldn't cover because he was covering the bot sides, it meant that Jojo had to try and do his best to save top.
Caps also now dealing with no Frozen Tomb and no Flash on that Lissandra. He can be so much more aggressive in this lane if he wants. And does need presence from Skewmon to do so.
The wave is still awkward as well.
Spit rush forward. Oh, the charm wide. Jojo with a good sidestep, but there's the Assault's impact into the Impale. He's got no flash, he's got no ult, and Jojo pays.
As you mentioned, all 3 grubs secured for Elyoya. So here's the game, things largely going to plan. But for Koi, things looking a little... They don't feel strong enough right now to really contest. Lost Chapter going to be done by Jojo. Oh, he's going to run into
going in, dredge lined. Jojo low on mana, but has enough for the Frozen Tomb. The Wild Growth from LeBron there in time. And now Skewmon can look for that Impale. Alvaro trying to get away with the Riptide slow, but they don't even need the Stinger of the Scorpion because LeBron has some supportal combat. Fed support, but if you're going to have a Fed support, a Lulu with Ardent Sensor, when you have 280 carries, is probably the best. Dredge line, though, from MKOI as they look to collapse on the Vayne. Supa dives in with a kill instinct for the final hour. It's the final second of his life.
Of the map.
Some vision going in for G2 towards that red side jungle. For Broken Blade, it's the cost of doing business, right? When you're applying this much pressure, you expect to be
isolated in the bottom lane as well. We'll see who gets that first tower. It should be Koi with the 2 members that they have.
Yeah, it will be Koi.
And there we go.
To 2K.
And Mewin completes his quest. So, feeling a little bit happier. The gold gap now only 20. Good news, great news even for Mewin, but Caps continuing to be that shining light for G2.
The Condemn comes out. Good Frozen Tomb from Jodo to stop the Ishtar's impact, but the Upheaval slow is there. Lebrov has a polymorph too. Help picks into Glitter Lance for the slow. The follow-up, Impale Flash away. Dredge line now onto the Lulu. Wild Growth on Broken Blade. I don't think that's who Lebrov should have used it on. BB trying to open up with the final hour. Hans Summer joining in, but with the TP out, Ishtar's impact has to be used as the retreat. MKOI have 5. Tricky one there for Lebrov to survive, and that is the reason that we do see the Nautilus picked like this so many times. Skewmon steps forward. Four members of MKOI here, and it's Caps on the flank, but Skewmon's just done for. Alvaro
is that it was Alvaro that ended up picking it up.
It's good news for Alvaro as well. Another dredge line. Jojo looking for that flank position, Killer Instinct in, and Lebrov is going to die again. Broken Blade looking for the flank, TP coming in by Caps as well. Jojo still no Frozen Tomb, the Charm Condemn enough. Another dredge line though, and with a flag and drag follow-up. Flash staggering blows onto Caps, means he has to use the Spirit Rush. He dashes back in. Caps tries to escape, but it's already a double for Supa. The Charm just in time, but with a Cataclysm. Elioya claps Caps his head. Impale onto one from Skewmon, but he has to flash. Give up the ghost on this one, no real reason to fight. Skewmon a couple of times being caught out by the CC chains coming out from MKOI. No Mercury treads and mercurial decisions made by him.
They got Harold and left the eye.
Okay. Look, I almost saw Team Friends do that against Team Ebar yesterday, but Skane went back. They need to learn. Skane was on Team Ebar, I think. No?
Well, now you dug
anyway,
yourself a hole.
I can't remember. He's on one of the teams.
Okay, well, Koi now in a bit of a winning position. The goal is largely equalized, but we find ourselves in a situation where Supa's 3-1-2.
Yeah.
The Kaza is very strong.
He's going to step up here. Hans Summer, okay. Oh, it's a super moment, guys. Hans Summer dead, though. It's a super moment. He almost finds 2 as Lebrov has to run. He's a Nash's Tooth next. On Supa with the blasting wand and the recurve bow. Hans Summer has splash, has barrier. Help picks not enough. Doesn't get a chance to use anything but the barrier. Impale gonna pull back Alvaro. The Cataclysm in though. Alvaro will fall to this, and he's locked in the pit. Elioya attempts to tower shot, but G2 unable to react in time.
Difficult it is for the Civet to survive. Lulu didn't have the ultimate available. Now it comes off cooldown, but Koi, once they get their foot in the
TP. Broken Blade doesn't have a way to join this fight, and Mewin is a lot closer. Flash, death dodge immediately. Hans Summer, Wild Growth, Cataclysm down on him, and the ricochets just aren't ricocheting.
Different beast. What a play! He connects the hook with the spell shield, and then flash alt auto. Like, what is Hans supposed to do? It is so hard for him to outplay that. He gets all the support in the world from Lebrov, but it is just not enough. The dive comp from Koi coming up clutch. They get the dragon. They'll lose the tower, but Koi very much in the driver's seat.
Understandably, like this is a Koi we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Haven't seen probably since last summer. As Skewmon caught out with a Frozen Tomb. He's pretty tanky, has the Spectre's Cowl as well for a bit of extra magic resist. Protoplasm on him, Charm, Dredge line, Alvaro now in the midst of G2, and there's no escape for him as Broken Blade begins to open up on Supa, and at the moment, the Vayne wins that 1v1. A Charm as Supa falls, BB gets the shutdown, and he's on the chase for more. The final hour, perhaps, the final chapter in this game has not yet been written. Broken Blade laying pen to paper, and signing MKOI's death warrants.
Elioya trying to waste as much time as possible, but that will be a Baron. G2. And the game will flip on its head once more. KOI versus G2 is delivering.
Broken Blade going back in. Has that experiment Hexblade in the final hour. Is back up. Mirwin about to go Mega and Broken Blade with no vision in the bush. Doesn't want to follow any further. Baron secured for G2. The gold now swings back in there.
He's very fed, and G2 answer back just like that.
Alvaro with a hook onto Skewman. Has the depth charge. Charm down onto the Nautilus. Jojo still looking to engage. Wild Growth has been invested. Drake up in 2 minutes, so we're fighting over vision predominantly right now, over that mid wave, which is crashing towards the MKOI tower.
Yeah, I feel like the G2 probably could have kept someone in mid, empowered the minions to do more damage towards the tower.
Mirwin has to flash the charm. Caps. Spirit rushed in. Mirwin now no longer has that summoner at his disposal because of that MKOI backing away. Jojo's delegated to push in a side lane. G2 without the extra TP. Broken Blades is up, but Caps is not. Looks like they're just going to keep pushing. They'll accept that Jojo will get some damage on the plates, but they'll take a tier 2 and a tier 1 in mid to extend their gold lead to 2K.
Very nice play there from G2. It was definitely a bit of an awkward situation because, I mean, what are they fighting for?
Yeah.
Bit of a contest over the mid wave. KOI, though, I mean, kudos to them getting that bot tower.
Jojo have a lot of short cooldown CCs, and you know, with the charm and with the condemn. It's not the end of the world if that Zhonya's does come out. Dredge line onto Skewmon. Alvaro on the front line once again. Flash depth charge. Supa looking for the dive onto the back line, but Alvaro is just way too deep. Supa can't go in. Broken Blade towards the top side is locked in the Cataclysm. Flash Wild Growth. Double root from the Ring of Frost. Nah, back. The Impale only landed up to one, and Hunt Summer now rooted up Wallop. There for the start. It's a triple for Supa. They bided their time. Caps will get one in response, but that is Infernal Soul to MKOI.
Wow, fantastic team fighting from KOI there. It looked lost after Alvaro was picked off at the start. Alvaro realized...
They're spotting MKOI as they walk into this choke point. The
Look at Jojo.
From Jojo. Josecito looking for it on the hunt, goes on Summer. Caps finds the fact that Jojo is waiting in the wings. Frozen Tomb now used. Skewman trying to step in. Alvaro with a dredge line. Caps kills off Jojo. The Impale on the back. The Cataclysm cataclysmic for the fans here in Madrid. And once again, he is Europe, he is Caps, he is everything for G2 as he stops any chance of MKOI winning the fight.
Wow, a phenomenal catch from Caps. Tracking Jojo, preventing the flank, and the combo just gets shut down. G2 win the front-to-back fight. Skewmon, he got a 3-man impale in the midst of all of that as well. G2 will bring us to a game 3.
And he just finds it. The vision in the banana bush, enough for Caps to realize where Jojo is waiting. He silences the crowd. And as you say, Eddie, we are going all the way today.
Galio into LeBlanc is good. So, okay, KOI kept that flexible till the very end. They did not show their hand, and we're going to get an Anivia top for Mirwin. We've been wanting to see this back from Mirwin, his creative top.
That rail W controlled out from Skewmon. He looks to see with Jojo Pyun staying around whether or not this Lee LeBlanc combo can find its mark. The Lee Sin centered here. And the LeBlanc passive has been procced.
Jojo dangerously low, Caps in a similar state. Caps does have that level advantage though.
I think Caps is much less dangerously low. Jojo, that's pretty dangerous for Jojo, as that Yoya looks for a little bit with the audacious charge. Caps, with no mana, is going to get taken out. In the end, Caps does. I think the question was who is the best player in the LEC.
Wow.
It was also who is the better mid, but I think the comparison was between the two at the time, right? Coming into this weekend specifically.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, Supa. Wow. Playing on a nice edge there. The lanes aren't going good for KOI,
They're not at all, Betty. They're not at all.
Lane's bad. And Skewmon, yeah, Elyoya now has to cover. This is...
they're going to jump onto LeBlanc. Heal comes out, but Hunt Summer's now here to join the party. And Elyoya doesn't have the flash to escape. Elyoya forced away. Flash forward from Skewmon with the Tempest Cripple, and Hunt splashes for the double up damage. Skewmon dashes away. And there's not really much you can do about that. Root Caps with another root.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Oh, stop it.
0 HP off the back of that play.
Oh, Skewmon with the Dragon's Rage kick back onto Supa. Hunt Summer here for the chase as well. Supa has to flash away, but there's the beat drop. And Supa has no way out apart from the barrier Sonic Wave. The Echo location not quite...
And do you remember what we said? That Vitality's probably going to choose anyone that's in 4th place. We'll see what they end up choosing.
Yeah, importantly, Na'Vi will be 4th if G2 win this game. MKOI will be 5th, which puts them into the lower bracket of our double elimination, meaning they only get 1 shot. They must not miss their chance to blow. Pathmaker in here from Broken Blade. Look at the pull back onto Alvaro. Yeets him over the wall. Skewmon here for the follow-up with the crash down. Now Alvaro will escape. Grubs will be secured by MKOI, maybe even all 3. Because at the moment, Lebov's in the mid lane, just helping Caps out. 2K gold lead once again for G2 through this early game attempt.
Seeing how things are playing out, that, oh, well, G2 clearly outdrafted them, but...
Okay. Broken Blade flashes away from the Shadowing Strike and then gets the Pathmaker out. Mirwin on Lebrov. A beat drop, an encore, a flash away. The crystallized the auto, enough as Mirwin finds his first. Meanwhile, Elioya's on the flank here as well. When becomes lightning, and Caps might just be done for. He flashes the wall. Caps on nothing, and the Crescent Guard finds the kill for MKOI. Skewmon's getting chased down by Adora here, who is low on mana. A hero's entrance from Jojo, who's been making a hero's exit like an insect. You see people doing insects in silver these days.
There are people that know that it's called an... Oh.
There we are. There's the insect into the beat drop onto Mirwin, and the egg sits in the middle of the lane, gobbled up by Hans Summer.
There are...
Or G2.
That was diabolical.
He wasn't Origin though, right? It was Origin?
I believe so. It was Forgiven.
I think expect it when I think of Origin, you know?
Sure, I get that.
Who was their AD? Oh, it was Forgiven, yeah.
Yeah, it was Forgiven. I forget
what a team.
who was top in support though. I think it might have been Wicked, maybe?
I don't think it was Wicked.
I don't remember though. Anyway,
was
not relevant. G2 still at a 3K gold lead. Herald is spawning in 5 seconds. Ooh, and that's an engage.
That is Heroes Entrance coming down as Skewmon tries to escape it. Flash taunt from Jodokin. Skewmon's going to fall. Lebrov and Hans are now retreating. And Hans has to burn his flash to get out.
Nice did what he wanted it to do.
It's really good when you have a Nico on your team. Because the enemy is like, oh, the minions are walking weirdly.
I think
which one's Nico? Well, he's not yet, Betty. But now he is. Okay, cool. There we are. Hans Summer there for the follow-up, and that's more plates going into the...
He is 2K gold behind, but hey. Oh, no, he's not able to get that tower. There's still 3 plates on that. Meanwhile, Skewmon will grab the Herald for his team. 3.3K the advantage for G2.
It feels like more.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but we're 16 minutes in. They have got both the Drakes and the Rift Ode now, and it is going to be a little bit more, but because it's so concentrated on...
Unless she lands literally everything, won't 100-0 someone.
Sure.
But she'll take a hefty chunk. And usually that's all you need on LeBlanc, because even if you don't kill someone, the damage is enough to say, you're not in this fight anymore.
Get into the fight to get them. Caps now coming out of base with his Shadow Flame complete. 2 items.
Oh, now here we go.
2 as well on Hans Summer. Elioya jumps towards Hans Summer. There's the hero's entrance as well, and Hans doesn't have flash to get away. You don't even need the 5-man Magnet Storm. You just need it on a couple. Lebrov forced out. Caps joins the fray, but Alvaro's killed off Skewmon. Lebrov having to flash out. Broken Blade flashes the wall too. Elioya chases him for more. Lebrov with the surround sound shield. Jojo still will taunt him back and bring him down. MKOI find 4. BB died as well!
Color me surprised! Koi, I thought you needed a magical team fight to turn this game around.
Mirwin's at half HP from Caps is jumping in on him.
Yep.
Like, anyone that stands in the lane against Caps at the moment is going to struggle. Tokyo drift around the corner from Broken Blade. Bounces himself back out, and that's tier 2 on the distortion. Broken Blade TPing in towards the mid lane because there's a Drake up in 10 seconds time. Previous fight did give MKOI the second Drake. Jojo's going to knock back with a Q3, but I think he just had punched out of it. Elioya looking for that flame, becomes lightning. They go to Hans Summer, flashes away from the Magnet Storm. There's the encore follow-up, hero's entrance. Hans Summer looking for that bullet time. All out goes Broken Blade as he distracts the rest of MKOI. And now Jojo's in the middle of 4. He's going to have to flash as well. Broken Blade trying to dash away from Supa, but now Supa on a killing spree. G2 lose their top and perhaps lose their heads. Caps dashing away. MKOI winning out the fight. I thought Jojo was done for, but they didn't have the damage to get through the Gallia.
The bullet time held on by Hans Summer. Jojo had to flash away to safety, but that was enough because it was basically just...
But it's only Elioya really in the middle of it, and he can just pop Crescent Guard. So you can't really put a time on there. Hans Summer doesn't get the opportunity to use it as Mirwin is caught out here. The chains, Crystallize stops Caps from advancing any further. Good flash force. There's the kick with the Dragon's Rage, and Mirwin, well, He's been beaten, he's been whisked, and he's killed off by G2. Nibia not surviving through that, but MKOI will take 2 towers for the good and bring that gold lead down under the 500 mark.
Yeah, I mean, a silly deathless this game, which is kind of insane.
And Alvaro's deathless as well. After the lead that Hans Sommer and LeBron were able to garner, Skewman getting caught out with the arrow, and Yoya there for the chase. Idol of Duran for the taunt, and once again, we see a G2 player dead before the fight really begins. Hans Sommer has to cancel the bullet time. Caps is down for the double, and now Hans Sommer and LeBron are on the retreat. Broken Blade tanky enough to survive through Supa for now, but he needs to get away from the Magnet Storm! You can't climb that wall! He'll take down a bit of poultry. As G2
Vendetta of G2 in the mid-game. A sentence I did not expect to be saying.
He's like, sure, if you want to take us, you can take us, but we just took down G2.
Yeah, I mean, what a crazy day to end on, right? GX taking it back, Caps finding an assassination on someone like Supa.
Got to kill Supa.
But Jojo now a full level up.
Yeah.
A full level.
Cancel is a wonk as well. Like one of his most played across the course of his career, 70% win rate on it, and Supa gets the arrow down! Who is the assassin now? Supa from 404 can't find an enemy that can stand up against him. Now 5-0, and that for an MKOI with the Baron buff just expiring. Push in 2 lanes.
Listen to the roar of that crowd.
Record. And you have to think, like, G2 have thrown it at them. They've thrown the kitchen sink in, but MKOI with a Magnet Storm onto LeBron. The hero's entrance as well. LeBron's going to have to flash away. Knock up onto Skewman. Bullet time rips through them. Mirwin joins the fray. A good crystallize will stop Caps in his tracks. The Dragon's Rage kick back onto Elioya, but he's going forward. Crescent Guard not enough. All out onto Jojo. Mirwin trying to join from the top side, but Jojo's going to fall too. Find a way back into the game.
That was an engage from Koi that G2 managed to turn around. And a narrow choke point like that, the misfortune really got serious value. The hunt is on, Mirwin is the target. He is going to be forced into his egg, but he's not going to live for long. G2 find a 3rd kill. Oh, hang on, Mirwin. Now they're going to hand it to Hans Sommer. There's no objective. That's the good news.
I feel...
Yeah, I mean, I already feel my voice starting to go.
Yeah.
50 seconds now. Caps on the hunt, he dashes in.
Looking for Elioya, lands the chains, Jojo goes forward, encore, lands onto Supa on the backline as well, and even with the Crescent Guard, Elioya's now in the midst of the team, the arrow lands onto Caps on the backline, Magnet Storm, he's kicked away! Alvaro can't find the engage that he really wants, and now Mirwin needs to do a lot of work. A good crystallize here can stop G2 from advancing, but Caps tries to take down the bird. A shattering strike out from Alvaro, just distracting, Supa having to flash away. Jojo going to rejoin the fray. Hero's entrance, Elioya. The shield not enough to keep on alive. Mirwin does kill off LeBron, but Supa stands and delivers, and still finds him. He is the superstar! But the man of the ages shuts him down. Caps almost gets the double. In the end, it's MKOI's soul off the back of Supa.
What an ready to go for round 2. The zoning from Mirwin is solid, but here, look at this moment. The bullet time, the engage, Supa on low HP.
Those protectors, those allies. And Hans hasn't been able to find a way to really open up in a team fight.
Arrow.
Broken Blade on that front line. Q3 for the knockback. Jojo looking for the flank. Broken Blade just getting ripped to pieces. A Kasante more squishy. I have never seen a flash torn a bullet time, but the crystallize will stop the bullets from ripping through. And now Caps has got the world to do. Alongside Hans, alongside Skew, but they just can't find a way through the oncoming storm that is MKOI.
Supa is simply too strong. 10, 1, and 4 is the scoreline for the superstar of Koi. The Baron is uncontested. And now we go back to live. The Baron, the siege beginning. The base beginning to crumble. 2 members of G2 still in the grave.
LeBron back up now. Skewman trying to catch the wave in mid, but Jojo's going to force him away. Everyone on MKOI stepping up in this game. Mirwin with the crystallizers as well has stopped the bullet.
39 minutes. We're about to crest 40. The siege beginning once more for Koi. Super minions coming in the mid lane. Jojo going to escort them. The tower soon to crumble.
But that's the shield on Supa. keeping him healthy as anything as the tower falls. Only
wide.
3 turrets remain for G2 to try and defend. LeBron's flash still not up. Caps the same. Jojo has 14 stacks on his Medjay, and he has been taking names after that laning phase. The G2 Pathmaker in, Encore as well, there's the bullet time, and they rip through MKOI, but Jojo found one, and Supa's back from beyond the grave. Supa on a killing spree, Alioya dive in, Hansama protected, and no shield will save Alioya. LeBron finds a double. Supa without that extra angel, gets kicked back, a dash back with Skirmishes as well, and Hansama and LeBron now looking for the 2v2, but Supa and MKOI still able to open up the base. All 3 inhibs down to the next 2.5 minutes.
Honestly, a phenomenal fight from G2 to hold from that.
It's just gone. How does Skirmishes get in here? Alvaro, Jojo and Mirwin all there to block his path in a literal and figurative sense. The Elder already down to 5k. Broken Blade going in, but there's the Elder Encore through it. The Elder secured by MKOI, and now they really get to step forward. The Guardian Angel on Hansama's shoulder, matched by the Demons in blue. MKOI bring down the lasers, bring down the roof of the arena, and G2 cannot withstand the pressure here in Madrid. LeBron tries to walk away, but the last walk he's taking is to an early grave. MKOI in Madrid find victory.
What a way